All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakodas. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to all the Ankim out here that's doing and pushing this work in truth and in sincerity. I want to go on this video, okay, that it is always good to have another brother with you, okay? That's in anything that you do, okay, especially when it comes to this work, okay. It's always good to have another brother with you if possible, okay. I'm gonna get the book of Matthew 18 and 15, okay. um and this just to start off the lesson, okay. um these are the words of Yahweh Shah, okay. But yeah, Matthew 18 and 15. And I'm going to get it in the Amplified Version. It says, if your brother sins, go and show him his fault in private, right? If he listens and pays attention to you, you have won back your brother, right? So sometimes in certain situations, right, there are, you know, times where two brothers may have a disagreement, okay, or it may be a trespass, or let's look up this word trespass, okay. And notice in the Amplified Version it says sins, okay. It says to be without a share and to miss the mark, to err or be mistaken, to miss or wander from the path of uprightness and honor, to do or go wrong, to wander from the law of God, to violate God's law or sin, okay, which we know the name of the Lord is Yahweh, and his son name is Yahweh Shah, okay. So, if a brother, makes a mistake or, does something wrong, right, um, we go and tell them, where they went wrong at, okay, in different areas, right, and it says if he listens, right, you have gained a brother, right. So, you know, taking what the scriptures say, okay, of being disciplined, okay. That's one of the biggest things in uh this faith, okay, that we have to be is disciplined, okay. Um, let's get that word discipline. Discipline. I'm gonna put the disciplined. Disciplined. The definition of it: showing a controlled form of behavior or way of working. Okay. So, um, in this faith, right? We are supposed to have a control over our spirit. Now we understand that certain brothers are certain ways, okay, um, and you gotta let a brother be a brother, okay, or be their self sometimes, okay, because hey, everybody ain't gonna think like you, okay, but in those regards, because a brother may think totally different, right, or on different levels, don't mean that y'all can't agree, okay. Can two walk together except they be agreed, right? And this is one of the things of uh what it really means to be in unity, okay. Which unity goes back into one, okay. Let me get that word, the word unity, a state of being united or joined as a whole, okay. It says the number one, okay. So being on the same accord as another brother is important, in this faith, okay. And You know, sometimes you come together and you know, put aside those differences for the, for y'all by some y'all side. Okay? But that, goes into, um, no matter what it is, right? If you got this other brother and that, if it's a fault or something that goes on, right, that they will listen to you, that they'll hear you, okay, because they, have a control over their spirit, okay, and they walk or move in fear, right? Then it says, back in Amplified version, but if he does not listen, take with you one or two others, so that every word may be confirmed by the testimony of two or three witnesses, right? And that's one of the reasons why, too, it's always good to have another brother, okay? and sometimes some Jake, man, they you have a couple of brothers saying something to them, okay, to one brother, and they don't want to listen, okay. You got not just one brother that's telling you something, right? But you got another brother that, is telling you something, okay? And some Jake just don't want to listen, when they got two or more people telling you the same thing, especially if it's more than two people that's telling you the same thing and you don't want to listen, then you going off, okay? But it says, but if he does not listen, take with you one or two others, right? It's always good to take another brother with you, right? So you can have a faithful witness, right? And let's say a murder went down, right? Somebody murdered somebody, right? They'll say, oh, we trying to get witnesses, okay, for this case, and they only got one witness. That one witness could be the person that did it, and trying to get the blame taken off of them. Okay, that's kind of how wicked witnesses work. Okay, so you can't just have one person just say, oh yeah, I witnessed them do it, and it's just one person. You ain't got nobody else. You ain't got it on camera. You ain't got it recorded or nothing. You just, word of mouth, right? But if it's more than, two people saying it, right? This is, what we witnessed, right? Especially if it's a brother. Don't even have to be something as far as drastic as murder, okay? But just the fact that, this person is a faithful, incredible witness, okay? We're talking about brothers. We're not talking about niggas, okay? And it says that so that every word may be confirmed by the testimony of two or three witnesses, right? So if somebody is not listening, okay, and you got other people that are witnesses, right? Let's get that word witness, right? They seeing what's going on, right? Witness, it says, in a legal sense, in a historical sense, one who is a spectator of anything, of a contest, right? In an ethical sense, those who, after his example, have proved the strength and genuineness of their faith in Yahweh Shah by undergoing violent death. Okay, which that goes into something else. Okay, but contest, right, with testing, right? Let's get that word test. An event in which people compete for supremacy in a sport, activity, or particular quality, right? Engage in a competition to attain a position of power Okay, oppose an action, decision, or theory as mistaken or wrong, right? So if it's an action that was done, right, a decision that was made, or something that was said, right, and somebody says, hey man, I think you're going off, right, and hey, this is where a challenge may come into play, right? uh I think you're going off. I don't think you need to say that, right? You're wrong. I got an issue with that. I disagree with that, right? Technically, that person's supposed to go to that person alone, okay? Uh, One on one, okay? And you hash things out, okay? But if it's hey, I don't know, like, it's a disagreement, right? I disagree with you taking an issue with that, right? Uh, or you calling into question my action or decision, or what I'm saying, you oppose it, right? Then let's go to the brotherhood, and let's get to the bottom of it, okay? And that's one of the reasons why having another brother, okay, there in those regards is good, okay? So that, hey, you got another brother or more, right, that are there, and you're able to get to the bottom of this situation, right? You're able to get to the bottom of it. Is why it's always good to have another brother there, right? It says, if he pays no attention to them, refusing to listen and obey, tell it to the church. And if he refuses to listen even to the church, let him be to you as a Gentile, an unbeliever, and a tax collector. I assure you, and most solemnly say to you, whatever you bind or forbid or declare to be improper and unlawful on earth shall have already been bound in heaven. And whatever you loose, permit, or declare lawful on earth shall have already been loosed in heaven. Again, I say to you, this is the verse, okay, that proves that it's always good to have another brother with you, right? Again, I say to you that if two believers on earth agree, right? These are two members of the elect, right? That are of one mind and harmony, right? About anything that they ask within the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. Okay? So if you got another two brothers that are agreeing, right? You got control over the spirit, your spirit, you dwelling in unity, y'all on one accord, right? And y'all, whether it's to go somewhere, go do something, right? In theory, right? Making decisions, rather than leaning on your own understanding, okay? And you're a believer, and it's within the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, right? That even goes on to praying, okay? Fasting, okay? If need be. And you ask that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, the Lord, to give it to you, right? That's one of the reasons why it's not a bad idea to, get counsel or tell another brother about what we may think before we even do stuff, right? Before you make a decision, try to figure out, what another brother or brothers may think about that. Okay, getting counsel about that, so that you have better control over your spirit, rather than just going out here and just blatantly just doing everything on your own. If you got that lone wolf spirit, right? And sometimes, it get like that, um, of, wanting to be by yourself and being alone and stuff like that, right? Um, wanting to take your own advice and stuff like that. Sometimes it get like that, but at the same time, we can't just lean on our own understanding all the time, okay? And that, uh, that is a kind of a dangerous uh, road to take, to try to just be by yourself all the time. you know, that's a dangerous road, man. Because when the Lord did stuff, right? I got this right fast. When He sent out His disciples, right? Mark 6 and 7, right? And it says, and He called unto Him the 12, and began to send them forth by two and two, and gave them power over unclean spirits, and commanded them that they should take nothing for their journey, save a staff only, no script, no bread, no money in their purse, but be shod with sandals, and not put on two coats. Okay? So it says also, and He said unto them, in what place soever you enter into an house, there abide till you depart from that place. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear you when you depart thence, shake off the dust under your feet for a testimony against them. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah, which that's what I was going to say about that, because that is a scripture, a place in history that clicks when I think about that. Sending two out. Okay, it says it'll be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. And what happened during that time of Sodom and Gomorrah? It was two men. Okay, and they agreed, and they said, "Yo, the sin of this place is fucking wicked." Okay, and we gotta take it out. And they told Lot to escape, to get up out of there, because those two men, they realized that this place is a wicked town, it's a wicked city, okay, wicked cities, okay. So they were in union, okay, or unity, okay, or one accord to get rid of that place, okay. And that's one of the reasons why that was written in the scriptures, why Yahweh Shah said that. Okay? So the disciples, when they went out, when they would go somewhere, they would go two and two. They would make a decision and hey, we should go here and, do this, or what do you think about that? Right? So it's always a good thing if you go somewhere, right? You go to another place, if it's at all possible, to have another brother with you. Okay? Now, like I said, there are some times where, you might do some things private. You got a woman, of course you don't bring no brother around if you trying to, go get some box or something like that. Of course you don't do that, There are certain things, as far as privacy, that we are able to do and in our own liberty. Okay? But when it comes to walking in this faith, okay, having another brother there, okay, that is a man that has control over his spirit, is a believer, right? And y'all agree and y'all ask for the Lord, y'all by some y'all side, to do something, okay? Then guess what? It says it will be done. Okay? It says, for where 2 or 3, right, are gathered in my name, it says, meeting together as my followers, I am there among them. Okay? So, hey, let me get that. I'm going to get one more scripture. Because it says 2 are better than 1. Okay? That's in, I believe, I want to say it's in Ecclesiastes. Okay? 2 are better than 1. Let's just go. Ecclesiastes 4:9. Okay. Amplified version. It says, 2 are better than 1 because they have a more satisfying return for their labor. For if either of them falls, the one will lift up his companion. But woe to him who is alone when he falls and does not have another to lift him up. Again, if 2 lie down together, then they keep warm. But how can one be warm alone? Right? It says, and though one can overpower him who is alone, 2 can resist him. It says, a cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Okay? So if it's 3 brothers, then that's even better. Why? One of the reasons why, hey, where 2 or more are gathered in my name. So if it's another brother there, right? If it's 3 of them, 3 brothers, right? Yahweh Shai is there, so that makes it 4. So you got really four brothers right there. Okay, you and another brother, and that brother got another brother, and he's Yahweh Shai. Or they're in the midst of it. Okay. So it's a good thing to have another brother with you, man. It's always a good thing. Okay? To have somebody that agrees. Okay, I'm gonna get that. Okay. This is one of Psalm 133:1. It says, a song of degrees of David. Behold, how good and how pleasant is it for brethren to dwell together in unity. Right? Galatians 6:10. As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith. Okay? So you always will want to do good unto the brothers that are of the household of faith. You don't want to offend those brothers, right? You want to be on the same accord, right? If you go through something, you ask this brother, hey man, can you pray for me? And y'all both agree that this prayer is, a good thing, okay? Or some type of counsel or advice, then the Lord will listen to it, man. Okay? And he'll answer that. Okay? That's why it's always good to pray for other brothers. Okay? This is Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach 25:1. It says, in 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful both before Yahweh Shem Yahushua and men. It says the unity of brethren, right, being on one accord. Okay? The same doctrine, the same belief. You're a believer of Yahweh Shemi Osai. And that's one of the reasons why we, in particular at Great Millstone, we don't walk with these other camps. Because y'all not in the same agreement with the scriptures, man. Okay? Though you supposed to be people who believe in the Bible, but you don't want to believe in, all of the Bible. Okay? You want to make things up as you go along, and they don't work like that. We don't work like that. The Lord don't work like that. He don't want that. Okay? It says, the love of neighbors, right? And a man and a wife that agree together. Okay? So that's a beautiful thing before Yahweh Shemi Osai meant. Okay? The unity of brothers, the love of neighbors, which is brothers. Okay? And a man and a wife, a husband and a wife that agree together. Okay? So it's always good to have another brother, okay, or more with you. Okay? With whatever decision or things that, go on, man. Okay? So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to say shalom till next time.